With the latest Virginia Beach Fire Department news updates, here's Master Firefighter Bill Murray.
This is the Virginia Beach Fire Department's news updates. I'm Master Firefighter William Murray. The current instructors of the Tidewater Regional Fire Academy Class 140 are featured on the cover of the April edition of the city newsletter, Beam. The recruits can be seen in the backdrop of the photo. In the back row from left to right are Kirk Kellerhals, Hope Scott, Ray Irizarry, and below him from left to right, Paul Ronker, Alex Waslak, Craig Brown, and Sean Hall. The construction is almost complete at New Fire Station 4. Station 7 is not quite as far along, but is making steady progress. As mentioned before, both fire stations will be complete and operational this year. On Saturday, March 23rd, the Virginia Beach Police Department hosted FEMA's Critical Incident Response Assessment exercise, which centered around the scenario of an active shooter at Corporate Landing Middle School. The exercise included components of fire, EMS, state police, SWAT, and several other key organizations. The purpose of the drill was to simulate an all-hands-on-deck response to a school shooter threat at a local public school in our city, and to assess the response and tactics deployed so that adjustments can be made in future critical incident response procedures. In conjunction with the Virginia Beach Police Department, the first of two every 15 minutes programs this year recently wrapped up at First Colonial High School. Every 15 minutes is a two-day program focusing on high school juniors and seniors and challenges them to think about the consequences of driving under the influence, distracted driving, and the responsibility of making mature decisions. Along with alcohol-related crashes, it focuses on the impact that their decisions would have on family and friends. The Virginia Beach Fire Department Multimedia Shop filmed and produced a mini documentary of the mock DUI accident and DUI trial. This production was aired at the assembly on the second day of the program, specifically for the upperclassmen. The program was a great success due to the collaborative efforts of all participants involved. The second and final every 15 minutes program will be held at Kellerh High School on the 24th and 25th of this month. On Saturday, March 30th, the Virginia Beach Fire Department Multimedia Shop teamed up with the Great Neck Farm Fresh to once again host the CHKD Roundup Annual Public Safety Day event. We had a great turnout with representation from fire, police, EMS, and Nightingale. The citizens seemed to enjoy being up close and personal with the equipment and demonstrations. The recruits are in their fourth month of the Tidewater Regional Fire Academy, and they have been quite busy. Some of the training they have completed includes chainsaw safety, the workman walk, SCBA, training in the McDonald's box, beach PT, the burn building maze, forcible entry, fire extinguishers, rope training, as well as hose streams, just to name a few. On Friday, March 22nd at approximately 13:40 hours, Virginia Beach fire crews responded to a report of a townhouse fire in the 1200 block of Glyden Drive. Upon arrival, there was no visible smoke from the exterior of the building. Crews entered the home and were confronted with heavy smoke on the second floor. Firefighters utilized a water cannon and extinguished the fire on the second floor bathroom. The attic was checked for fire extension and none was found. A primary search of the second floor was conducted, but the home had been vacated. The homeowner reported that the vent fan in the restroom had not worked for several days. A faulty electrical switch that operated the fan was found in the on position and is believed to have shorted out and caused the fire. There were no firefighter or civilian injuries reported in this incident. On Monday, March 25th at approximately 07:15 hours, Virginia Beach fire crews responded to a commercial vehicle fire on Interstate 264 near the Witch Duck Road exit. Upon arrival, crews found the cab of the vehicle involved in fire. The trailer was exposed and at risk of catching fire as well. Firefighters stretched an 1 3/4 line and began knocking down the fire. A panel from the trailer was removed to ensure there was no fire extension. The driver of the tractor trailer reported one of his tires blowing out, causing him to stop and notice the fire. There were no civilian or firefighter injuries reported in this incident. We caught up with Captain Chris Donahue, who told us a little more about the vehicle fire and how the crew's quick action prevented the fire from reaching the diesel fuel tanks of the rig.
All right, a little after 7 this morning, Engine 9 and Engine 10 were dispatched to a commercial vehicle fire on 264. When we arrived, we had a tractor trailer with a cab that was heavily involved in fire in the rear of it. We initially started knocking it down with 500 gallons on our truck. Engine 10 arrived and gave us their water. We realized we were going to need some more, so 10A took command. And when the crews got here, they took their tack line, they did a real quick knockdown, did a good job. We had a fuel tank that was compromised here, melted, so we had to worry about the diesel fuel. They did a great job keeping that contained. We opened up the trailer a little bit. Ladder 9's crew assisted us with that. We covered up the tank to keep any of the excess fuel being dumped on the interstate. No civilian injuries, no firefighter injuries, everything went good. Good coordinated efforts. Being up on 264 in the overpass, we'd have had a runoff problem with the fuel, so crews did a great job keeping that contained, keeping the water from filtrating into that, and it worked out for the good.
Later that day at approximately 1450 hours, crews responded to a report of a residential fire in the 5500 block of Dawson Road. Upon arrival, crews found a single-story wood frame home with heavy fire and smoke showing from the AD corner of the structure. Flames were threatening the D side and electrical power lines in that area. There were also charged down power lines posing danger to the response. Crews were cautious, quickly knocked down the fire, and conducted primary and secondary searches, not finding any occupants inside. Utilities were secured and the structure was ventilated. Neighbors informed crews that the house had been vacant for weeks. Power had been cut off, but was restored to the home that day according to Dominion Virginia Power. The cause and origin of the fire are under investigation. No firefighter or civilian injuries were reported. On Tuesday, March 26, at approximately 1500 hours, 1st Battalion units were back at it again, responding to the 400 block of North Oceana Boulevard for a possible structure fire. Upon arrival, crews found a one-story apartment building with light smoke showing from the front door of the unit. Firefighters pulled an 1 3/4 hand line to the front door and made an aggressive interior attack on the fire in the bathroom of the home. Crews conducted a primary search of the residence, which was negative, while extinguishing the fire. Crews coordinated to secure utilities and start ventilation of the structure. One occupant did receive minor burns to the face while trying to put out the fire before arrival. No other injuries were reported. Captain Baraki gave us a quick summary of the incident.
Engine 12 arrived on scene, had light smoke showing from the rear duplex here. They immediately called a working fire after getting off the truck. Stretched a hand line to the seat of the fire and put the fire out. One hand line, 1 3/4 fire. Engine 11 arrived on scene right after Engine 12. Engine 11 and Ladder 11 did a primary search and search overhead. There was no fire extension. We got assigned RIT. Squad 3 got assigned RIT. Upon walking around the structure, there was one civilian injury, had some burned hair and so forth. They were checked out by Engine 16 and ended up being a patient refusal. All right, there's no firefighter injuries. Engine 12 stretched the line to the seat of the fire. Everybody did their job and everybody did well.
Hope you enjoyed this segment. Be safe.